Alrighty, y'all. So Mihara, if you do not know, Mihara drops today, right? Mihara is going to be releasing at the next reset. This video is going to come out the moment it's done recording. So the next reset after this video goes live is when Mihara will be in the game, right? And we're also going to get, I believe, the part 2 to the Unbreakable Spheres event, whatever. Right now, basically what a lot of people have been asking me that I did not want to address until the day Mihara dropped, and then also after testing Little Mermaid, is should I go for dupes for Little Mermaid? Right, I believe most people have not just instantly went for dupes for Little Mermaid knowing that an overspec unit is coming out, which if you don't know, overspec units I personally would say have the highest value in terms of, one, they're very, very powerful. Overspec characters are seen as pilgrims, right? So they're characters who are part of two classes, pilgrim and whatever their regular initial manufacturing group was, and they are on the level of pilgrims. So by having Mihara, not only are you getting a pilgrim character, but you're also getting a missileless character, right? So you're getting two different types of units basically for like under one character, which is very valuable for a lot of new players and stuff like that, because when you have the pilgrim tower, you can use Mihara on the pilgrim tower, and then when you have the missileless tower, you can use Mihara on the missileless tower, right? And it's the same thing with Rappy. So I do feel like overspec Nikkes do have the most value in the game. Now, when it comes to getting dupes in general, I feel like dupes are always better spent on DPSs. Now, the thing is, Little Mermaid herself is a DPS, right? Little Mermaid herself is what I would consider to be a DPS character in terms of she can do damage, but she is an ideal support, right? So in a sense, getting dupes for Little Mermaid is not going to be useless, right? Where I would say getting dupes for someone like Litter, or getting dupes for someone like even Crown, right? I'm not saying never get dupes for these characters, but I would say aiming for dupes for support characters is kind of useless to me, especially when you know there's two different characters and one is coming to be a DPS, right? Now, when it comes to Mihara is probably going to be the strongest DPS in the game, right? And because she is going to be a very powerful DPS, dupes matter more for her than they do for a support. I'm always going to believe that no matter what, right? I will 100% stand on that and say dupes for a DPS, or I personally feel like for my own self, dupes for a DPS matters more than dupes for a support. That's what I personally believe. This character is going to be an insane character. I think if you are lacking any DPS, if you're lacking crazy DPS and stuff like that, you must have Mihara. 100%. If you don't have a powerful DPS, you need to get this character, because like I said, overspec DKs are what I would consider to be the ideal go-to characters now, right? Pilgrims are the same thing as well, but if I had only the option to go for, you know, either Mihara or Little Mermaid, unfortunately I would go for Little Mermaid, right? Just because of how crazy of a support she is. But at the same time, if I didn't have a support and I didn't have a good DPS and I could only pick one of the two, I probably would go for Mihara, right? In that sense, because don't get me wrong, a support is great, but if a support cannot help other bad characters that I own get me where I need to get, like, you know what I'm trying to say, right? You know what I'm trying to say, right? Mihara is a DPS that no matter what supports I have on the team, this character is hitting hard. That's just how it is. Where if I have a crazy support with garbage DPS, I mean, unless you're Crown, then you're not really going to perform that much, right? I mean, that's what I believe, at least. But yeah, Mihara comes out today. I would 100% say go ahead and grab yourself a copy of Mihara, and then when you get your one copy of Mihara and you get your one copy of Little Mermaid, I would say get dupes for it's so hard this time around. Like, usually it's easy. Like, when you ask me, should I get dupes for Grave or Cinderella? I would say Cinderella, right? Like, this time it's so hard because we're talking about an insane DPS support that's going to be on almost every single team and valuable in every single comp and every single content in the game. She's going to be that type of character. But then we have Mihara, who's going to be a very powerful DPS, who's also going to be a very, very powerful DPS and will work in every single thing as well. So it's like, what do we do here? Do we want dupes for the crazy strong DPS, or do we want dupes for the support character who dupes? I would say dupes matter more for Mihara as a solo DPS than as a sub DPS like Little Mermaid. So I would say go for dupes for Mihara, right? Let's just keep it a buck. Little Mermaid, you just need to own the character. I have no dupes for my Little Mermaid and she spaz, right? She goes crazy. You do not need dupes for Little Mermaid. Mihara, you probably don't need dupes for her either, but you're probably better off getting dupes for her, right? I got one copy copy of Cinderella and Rappy during this banner, right? Little Mermaid's banner is the banner where I got my 1 copy of Mihara, 1 copy of Rappy dupe, and 1 copy of Cinderella dupe. And I didn't have any dupes for them before, and these were just powerful DPSs. Like, you don't need dupes at all for a lot of these strong DPSs. Scarlet Blackshot, you guys see there, has no dupes. I just got dupes for my 2 powerful DPSs and stuff like that. You just don't need, even my crown. No, my crown is a core 3. You don't need dupes for these supports. I don't feel like it. You don't need dupes for them. I would say go for Mihara. After Mihara comes out, I am probably going to do my meta tier list tomorrow. So, because tomorrow's May 1st, right? So I'm going to do my meta tier list for the month. I am going to do a lot of testing with Mihara tonight, as much as I possibly can before I come to a conclusion with her. Just because it's like, I need to see how good Mihara is before I can rank her. But when it comes to Little Mermaid, I already have her in rankings, right? I don't think Mihara is going to be better than Little Mermaid. Like, if you ask me right now, Zxous, who's going to be the better character, Little Mermaid or Mihara? I'm probably going to tell you Mihara. I mean Little Mermaid. My bad. Little Mermaid is the better unit overall between the two. Because I have Little Mermaid over Cinderella. Cinderella is the strongest DPS right now. So if Mihara beats Cinderella, just because she's like a stronger DPS than Cinderella, is not going to make me value Mihara more than Little Mermaid, who's just a broken DPS and a broken support, right? I'm sorry. As an overall unit, I will always have Little Mermaid over any DPS in the game. That's just how it is, right? Unless you're Rappy, who is a broken support and broken DPS. But I would say Little Mermaid is better than Mihara. I would say I would prefer you guys to get 1 copy of each, but then if you are asking should you get dupes for Mihara. Remember, Mihara is also going to have her own personal recruit benefits, so summoning on her banner will give you rewards back as well, which, you know, for some of you guys might be good, some of you guys might be bad. I made a community post about this, and I'm going to cover that in another video that might come out today. Maybe not, I'm not sure, we'll see, but I'll probably make it come out because I just want 1 video before Mihara comes out. I'm probably going to do initial showcase for Mihara, and then her overload gear video is going to come out today as well, later in the nighttime, so you guys be ready for that. But yeah, I would say overall Little Mermaid's better than Mihara. I don't need to test Mihara to tell you that simple fact. I would say dupes for Mihara are definitely going to be better than dupes for Little Mermaid, because Mihara is probably going to be the best DPS in the game. And that's really it. I would just say go for dupes for Mihara. I'm excited. If you don't know what Mihara does, she's going to be an infinite attacker essentially, but I'm going to cover more about that when she actually comes onto the game. So hopefully this video, I know I ramble a lot, but hopefully in this video it did help you guys, you know, decide what you want to do. But if you just want the answer, dupes for Mihara. Unless you know you're never going to use Mihara and you are using Little Mermaid all the time, which everybody is going to use Little Mermaid all the time, then go for dupes for Little Mermaid. But if you know you're actually going to use Mihara as much as Little Mermaid, get dupes for Mihara. That's all I can tell you guys. But it's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Let me know if you guys agree, or if you don't agree, it's fine. I'm out. Peace. Bye.